All right, dude, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and today we're going to be doing some more work on the middleware application. Give me a second. Real quick, I need to check something. I need to check something in my current VOD. I need to make sure that the audio is not being captured, because actually I think I also need to turn this down a tiny bit because I feel like it might be affecting. Just a second. We'll get to. Hold up. Hold up. Let me do this. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can turn this up. I can turn it up a bit more. And yeah, we should be good. All right. Next, I need to make sure that this is not coming through on stream. Oh, wait, I just realized I had two other things running. Okay. Yeah, let me also just make sure that this is not coming through in my current VOD, because I haven't played around with the, what do you call it? The audio capture thing, the audio capture source in OBS, mostly because I didn't need to, because when I decided to split the audio, all I did was make it so the desktop audio never comes in. It never, well, it never gets saved to the VOD. And that was super easy. So that was literally the only thing I had to do. I just had to exclude the device audio. Not device, the desktop audio. I mean, I don't know if I said device audio previously. But yeah, all I had to do was make sure that I exclude the desktop audio, and then the only other thing remaining was the mic audio, and that's supposed to come through in both the live stream and in the VOD. But if I wanna do something like, for example, playing a game, I would need to either start capturing the desktop audio again, or make that change or reverse that change where the desktop audio doesn't show up in the VOD. I would have to reverse that so it now does show up. But another thing I could do is create a new audio capture and set that to capture the audio from the game. And then I need to make sure that that source gets passed into both the live and the VOD versions. And that's how I would go about doing the split audio thing if I was doing like any gaming. But usually I don't, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do want to try setting the separate audio capture thing up just to see what it would be like. I have it set up on a different scene, but I want to make sure that it's not affecting whatever is going on right now. So I'm gonna open up my video, my VOD, and just confirm. All right, so let's see what the situation is. Let's see with the device audio. Not device, the desktop audio. I mean, I don't know if it's the device audio previously. Okay. Yeah, so it's still excluded because the thing is on a different scene, so I shouldn't have that issue. So yeah, okay. Today's stream is gonna be basically more middleware stuff. We are still working on the middleware app. I've made some progress since yesterday. the chat system is set up, the reward system is set up. I'm setting up the networking code in the middleware manager. Uh, and then the last thing to set up would be these two classes. The chat message class, which is going to hold all of the data that um, all of the data that we want to send as a chat message. And then there's the channel point redeem message class, which is going to hold all of the channel point redeem related data that we want to package and send as one message. So the idea is that all of that data is going to be in individual fields here, be it integer fields or string fields or whatever. It's going to be in individual fields. It's just going to be a long list of fields because I don't want to have to do like not custom. I don't want to have to do like nested classes and stuff like that. Though, I mean, if I do need to, I could do it. It's just that I don't think it's going to be required. I can just have like a really long list of the fields, and it's that would work. It wouldn't be the most organized, but like I don't need it to be organized. I just need it to be, I just need it to be like one long list of fields, and then that whole object is going to get serialized into a JSON string, and then that JSON string will be converted to a byte array, and then we will wrap that whole thing up into this. Where is it? Into a raw message. The raw message is basically going to be our magic number and the payload size, which is our byte array size, and then there's a byte array itself. So yeah. Wait, there's something I need to keep in mind here because I believe this is supposed to be little endian. 1 bytes 1 to 5. I believe it's supposed to be little endian because like as it is, I'm using the bit converter class to do the conversion, and I'm pretty sure it does it in, unless you specify otherwise, it does it in little endian format, little endian format. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything else I need to worry about. I will need to. This says, wait, yeah. So I need to add a new magic number. This will be an MDL message. This is what's going to be our. Hold on. Yeah, I just realized something. I think I need to wrap that information that I have into something else. Or yeah, you know what we could do? We could have multiple. No, I feel like that would make the list a little, that wouldn't be very good like when it comes to scalability, though I don't think I'm going to be scaling all that. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? When we are specifying a message type, if we are saying MDL message, then we need to be able to, within the MDL message, we need to be able to say that, oh, sure, this is an MDL message, but what type of MDL message is it? Is it a chat message or a channel point redeem message? Did I ever make an MDL class, an MDL message class? Because I could then make an MDL message class and store a string, but then that's like unnecessary. It's an unnecessary extra JSON operation. I need to find a better way to go about doing that. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. That's an unnecessary extra operation. Well, okay, I don't need to do that. What I could do is I could create an MDL message packed format, which mentions, this would become a tiny bit hectic, but like, it's okay. Or not additionally, alternatively, I could just say MDL chat message, and then there could be another line which says MDL channel point redeem message. I could just do that. That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, I don't think I need to wrap the thing. It's gonna, if I try to wrap it, it's gonna introduce unnecessary complexity, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I can just do MDL chat message and MDL channel point redeem message, and then depending on what type of message it is, I'll be setting the magic number accordingly. So it can either be 3 or 4, and then yeah, depending on what the magic number is, we will treat the data accordingly. Because like another thing that I could have done, this was just an extra idea that I had, was I could have wrapped the byte array into another byte array, which would have been like, this would have had its own magic number, not magic number, but like, let's say message type, and this would have been this could be a byte. This doesn't have to be anything more than a byte. So we have the message type, and then we have the message payload. Okay, yeah, payload size, which would have to be an int32, and then we have the payload data, which would be a byte array. So that was another thing we could have done. So it would have basically been 1 byte and then 4 bytes. Actually, yeah, let me mention it here. So byte 0 would have been this, and then bytes 1 to 4 would have been this, and then byte 5 to n would be this. And 5, or the size of n, like where n stops, is determined by the payload size. So I would then have to write a function on the other end just to decode this. But I feel like I'm introducing unnecessary complexity there. It doesn't need to be that complex, because the magic numbers are okay. So we have a byte for the magic number, which means we can have a total of 255 magic numbers. I don't think I'm ever going to hit that limit. So I think we should be good. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to hit that limit. So I think we should be good. We can have multiple types of messages. We can do MDL chat message, MDL channel point redeem message. I'm going to need to make an enum somewhere here where I store the value of MDL chat message and MDL channel point redeem message. I think I can do that in here. Where is it? Middleware manager, because we're going to be creating our... Actually, yeah, enum can be outside. It doesn't have to be part of the class. So that works. So what should this be? MDL message type. Oh, or I could do magic number set according to magic number standard. That makes it sound way more official than it is. Set according to, raw message magic number standard. That should be enough, because that'll tell me to go and look in the DVT temp app notes thing And here I can create, hold on. I can just copy this list. Hold on. I think I made an enum for this somewhere. I made an enum for the other stuff, but I wouldn't have needed. You know what? I don't think I even need an enum. Nah, okay, let's do an enum. Let's not just hope that I remember all of the numbers. Where is it? Here. dvtmp message type. Okay. So we have dvtmp message, we have body pose message, message packed, mdl chat message, and mdl channel point redeem message. Okay. And yeah, these would have the usual indexing, since I'm not specifying explicit numbers to attach to it. These would have the regular indexing. All right, so that should be it. And I've been working on the middleware managers. I've been working on code for the middleware manager, more specifically the connection related stuff, the networking related stuff, setting up the socket and various variables, and the send buffer, and the code for sending as well, because I need it to be async. So the way that I've set it up here is so this is a static class. You can call this function from anywhere. Actually, no, I take that back. Hold on. You can call these two functions from anywhere. One is the send chat message, and the other is send channel point redeem message. Now these are not async. These are synchronous. But in these functions, we are able to set up a task, and that is what's going to sort of start up the async task. And once it goes into this and it hits await, it's going to come back out, because that's how async works. That's how the tap model works, where as soon as it hits an await, it's going to return control back to the calling method, which in this case would be send chat message, meaning it's just going to exit out of this, and in the meantime it's going to carry on doing this. What it's doing here is it's just sending the data, so that way I can just sort of dispatch that I don't want to say dispatch that worker thread, because that's not accurate. We are not doing multi-threading here, but like essentially, yeah, we can just dispatch that work to be done separately and not worry about it. Once it finishes, then it's going to come back here and get to the end of this function, and then just go back to wherever it had interrupted from. Yeah, we're going to use this send function in both send chat message and in here. The difference is, in send chat message, we're going to be creating a chat message into, a raw message thing, so that we can send it. And in send channel point redeem message, we're going to be creating a channel point redeem message thing, and then we'll create that into a raw message and send that. Great. Okay. I'm glad that I figured out the magic number thing, because that would have been a bit of a confusion later on. Now, in here, oh, okay, so I was also looking at the chat system, and I made a small change here where I can specify whether I only wanted to send not the send commands. I only wanted to send the commands that are received. So basically, if somebody in the chat types exclamation something, that's a command, right? So if the chat system receives that kind of a message, then it's gonna uh, package that into a chat message kind of thing, chat message kind of object, and send that over to the middleware manager where it can be sent out from the socket. Otherwise, if it's just a regular message, it's not going to bother sending that. So that way, the Vtuber app is only going to get commands and channel point redeems. It's not gonna be getting every single chat message. Of course, I can control that. I can just set this to false. If I set it to false, then it's going to send all of the chat messages. But if I set it to true, it's only going to send the command messages. And I can also control what is considered a command. So at some point in time later, if I decide that I don't want it to be exclamation, I want it to be, let's say, hashtag. I mean, the general convention is exclamation, and you have slash as well, but slash is more for like Twitch chat commands, because like there's a bunch of Twitch chat commands that you enter them using slash. And if you have commands from like Nightbot, for example, a lot of times people follow the exclamation convention, but you can change that as well. I believe in Nightbot as well, like you can, if you want, you can set it up as slash. So at some point later, if I decide that, oh, I want slash, or I want I don't know, at the rate or something like that, then I can use that. And anyways, we're only going to be looking at the first character of the command to make sure that yes, this is a command. Because generally in a command message, let's say if there's like multiple parameters that they have to specify, or if they have to specify any argument or parameters, even one, usually it's going to be exclamation command space argument, right? So that the first character in the message is always going to be an exclamation point. So we can just check the first item, the first character. What else? What else? Yeah, so at some point later, I need to sit down and set up the chat message and channel point redeem message. I have to set up the classes. I have to set up the fields. The thing is, I don't know all the fields that I need right now, so I'm just gonna like sort of for the time being, I'll see whatever comes to my mind. I'll add those fields, and later on, as need be, I can add more and more fields. I just need to make sure that the classes match up in the Vtuber app and in the middleware app, because otherwise the JSON deserialization is not going to be accurate. It's not, I don't think it's going to fail. I think it's just going to ignore the data that it cannot deserialize, which in a way that's a good thing, because it doesn't make the entire thing just crash. At least from what I remember. Don't quote me on that though, because I haven't played around with C Sharp's JSON stuff in a while. We can test that out. But from what I remember, it'll serialize the fields that it can, and if there are excess fields, but the class that you have mentioned, the class that you are trying to deserialize this data into, doesn't have certain fields, but those fields are mentioned in the JSON data, that they're just going to get ignored. So it's not going to like crash completely. But again, don't take my word for it, because I haven't done C# JSON stuff in a while. The good news is we're going to be getting to C# JSON stuff pretty soon. So I've set up this thing. What more do I need to set up in the middleware manager? Because there's the sending, right? I don't have to set up the server. Yeah, I don't have to set up a server. It's a client, and the client is always sending. It is never receiving. That's an important thing. And at least in this case, the middleware app is not supposed to be receiving anything from the Vtuber app. The Vtuber app is supposed to be receiving from the middleware app. So the Vtuber app is the server, and the middleware app is the client. Well, I said so. The middleware app is a server. That makes it sound like because one is sending and one is receiving, that's why one is a client and one is a server. But that's not always necessary. Um, that's also not what I was trying to say. Um, just just scratch everything. The VTuber app is the server, and the middleware app is the client. And the way that I've set it up, the middleware app is never expecting any data back from the server. The middleware app is only ever going to be sending data to the server. All right. So, what do I need to work on here? There's little bits and pieces of stuff that I need to be working on. There's of course forming the raw message and populating the buffer, and then I think I have to re-instantiate the array segment variable each time I want to send a new message. I think I have to re-instantiate. I don't remember if I have to, but like I'll do it anyways. Because I think it's meant to be pointing at. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to change the. No, no. You know what? I don't think I need to. Okay, we can find out. We can find out. One way that I'll find out if there is a need to do that is, I mean, I'm gonna have to be running the VTuber app as well, but yeah, one way that I can find out is I can first send a chat message and then send a reward message, and if the reward message comes in completely, and there's no extra information, there's no corrupt data or anything, then I'll know that yeah, this is because the array segment variable is meant to represent a section of the byte array. Because it's representing a section of the byte array, I don't see why I need to reinitialize it unless I need to specify a new section. Yeah. Oh, there's also the fact that I'm not specifying a section. It's an array segment variable, but the array segment is basically the entire byte array. The only reason I'm doing that is because the send async method requires an array segment. It doesn't accept just the byte array. But yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just going to be one extra line of code, which is basically reinstantiating the array segment. If I need to do that, I'll do it. If I don't, then I'll avoid it. I don't want to do it unless I really need to do it. Actually, how was I going about setting up? I can't remember how I was going about doing. There was a performant way of doing it. I can't remember if I was reinitializing the send buffer array again, or if I was just zeroing out the array. Like if I'd made the array big enough and I was just zeroing out the array and then using array.copy, or I think there was also block.copy. Block.copy does byte-wise copying from what I remember. Hold on, let me see if I'm remembering this right. Was it called block.copy or buffer.copy? Oh, it was buffer.blockcopy. Yeah, there it is. It copies a specified number of bytes from a source array starting at a particular offset to a destination array. So you can either use array.copy, which would copy array elements without taking like the size into account, or well, the size of each element into account, or if you're literally only working with bytes, then you can use buffer.blockcopy, which I'm probably going to be doing. So if that's the case, I would need to specify Yeah, no, I don't remember if I don't remember which technique was more performance friendly. Would it be more performance friendly to reallocate the byte array each time, or would it be more performance friendly to zero out the byte array and just copy more data into it and then send it using the byte segment? Though I would have to, because it's UDP, I would have to set a pretty big byte array. No, actually, wait. Why did I say because it's UDP? Well, where was I going with that? No, it's not because it's actually, yeah, no, because it's UDP. I would be limited in the size of the byte array. Fortunately, the data is not going to be nearly big enough to max out the array size. Shit, I missed the add timer. Okay, so the ad is going to be starting in. Oh shit, okay, there's the ad. Great. So I'm going to hydrate and I'll see you guys in 30 seconds. Okay, welcome back. So I don't. You know what? Let's Google this. C sharp initialize array. No, initialize byte array or repopulate. Okay, that's not giving. No, let me try asking Gemini. In C sharp, if I have a byte array, would it be quicker or no, would it be more performance friendly? Did I spell that wrong? Yeah, I did. More performance friendly to reinitialize the array each time. No, each time I have new data, or just repopulate the array. Actually, no, or just zero out and then repopulate the array. The most efficient method for handling a byte array in C# depends on the specific use case and the frequency of data updates. Here are the pros and cons of the two approaches. Oh, you know what I should have Googled? Reuse array or reinitialize. Yeah. C#, reuse array or reinitialize. What are the pros and cons of reusing a byte array in C#? So, because like if it's negligible, then I don't need to worry about it. But like, I mean, to be fair, it's not like I have tons and tons of data coming in. It's not like I'm going to be reinitializing each time. Okay, there's no difference in the amount of work required to do either of those. The compiler will transform them to an identical implementation. The most important thing to note is that in C sharp, unless you say new, a variable declaration won't actually commit any resources. If you're fluent in C sharp, if you're fluent in C++, you should imagine that all C sharp variable declarations have an implicit asterisk associated with them. For example, in your case, it would be byte array asterisk so and so. The function that you're asking to give you the byte array will do the actual allocation, and unless it knows how to recycle previous arrays, you don't have to do anything to gain No, you don't have to. You, fuck's sake. You don't have anything to gain by trying to avoid variable definitions. Okay, all right. I need to read a little bit more. C sharp, uh, reuse byte array, because like my use case is specifically bytes, which is, I mean, I guess fortunate for me. Because like in other types of arrays, things would get a little more complicated, but like this is literally just bytes. Uh, okay. You should check. You should check out the system.buffers package. Okay, that's how I learned about the well, I just say buffers, but that's how I learned about the system.buffers thing, and the buffer.block copy package function. Um, okay, this also leads to the same thing. Right. So here's what we can do then. Here's what we can do. Um, okay. Here's what we can do. I can I can zero out the array. So for the sake of reusing the array, I can create a zero byte array, static byte array, zero buffer, and this can be okay, all right, hold up. So the idea here is when I create an array segment, when I reinitialize the array segment, I can specify a size that the segment should be using. That being said, I could do something like, wait, can I actually initialize the thing here? Is that going to work? Yeah, that works. So what I could do is I could do 65,535. And then here also I can do 65,535, right? And for the initialization, so we can say zero out the send buffer. Oh, actually, we need to create the... Wait, would a byte array be... Do I need to specify? Hold on. C sharp byte array default value. Would it default to 0 or do I need to specify it as 0? The default of numeric array elements are... The default values of numeric array elements are set to 0 and reference elements are set to null. Since byte represents an integer value from 0 to 255, it would be okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So then I don't need to worry about that. All I would need to do is buffer.block copy. Where's the source? Yeah, that's the source. So 0 buffer. Source offset is 0. And then what is it? Send buffer. Offset 0, count is 0 buffer dot length. Okay, so I'm mainly doing this to avoid reallocating the variable. Here's the thing though. If I'm sending, no, that would be a waste. I feel like that would be a waste. I was about to say that, yeah, why don't I just send the entire massive array? But I feel like that would be a waste. Yeah, this is where the array segment can help. Um, All right, so we should be doing this in here, right? So the send buffer must be populated. No, no. Let's do it here. So we can do it like for each of these, right? So the send buffer, uh how what am I trying to do here? So we would have a JSON string, right? So let's say string JString. Okay, and then we convert this using ASCII. Oh yeah, I was also thinking about ASCII. If I'm mainly using ASCII, uh, I feel like that can cause problems. Because ASCII doesn't involve other languages. It doesn't include other languages. So I would need to use something like UTF-16. Yeah, yeah. I feel like, which I mean that's not really an issue because there are ways, like, so there's UTF-16. I forgot where the thing was. Was it in string? Okay, so ASCII has its own thing, right? ASCII encoding. I can look into it. So basically, I would then need to convert the data into a UTF-16 string instead of an ASCII string, which also means that every character in the JSON string would be 2 bytes. It's actually, no, not 2 bytes. It's 4 bytes, isn't it? Or is UTF-16 variable length? I don't remember. Let's assume 4 bytes for each character. There has to be another way to do it because I feel like what would end up happening is, let's say if somebody with a name that isn't in English, if they typed in the chat and or if they try to redeem a reward and that went through my middleware app, then the moment I would try to uh actually I don't know where it would crash, but it would definitely crash. It would crash because I would be trying to convert. Oh, you know what? Can I specify that the output for JSON? Okay, so C# JSON UTF-16. JSON.NET deserialized UTF-16. It seems JSON.NET can't deserialize UTF-16. Either the server has to respond with UTF-8, or wait, can UTF-8 actually fit that? I think it can, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, hold on. I think I'm mistaken. I need to read up on this again because I know that UTF-8 includes ASCII, but I don't know what else can fit into UTF-8. I think all of the other stuff can also fit into UTF-8. I think so. We're gonna open up UTF-8, UTF-8, and UTF-16. So let's look up UTF-8 and UTF-16. I don't remember which one is more widely used. Also, it seems like the music has stopped, so let's just fix that issue. Right, so that is done. Let's transition. Okay, UTF-8 is a character encoding standard used for electronic communication. Defined by the Unicode standard, the name is derived from Unicode transformation format, 8-bit. UTF-8 is capable of encoding all 1 million. Oh, okay. Hold up. So it can do, yeah, okay, so maybe I don't need UTF-16. If UTF-8 can do, I think in UTF-8 all the languages will come in, right? Okay, hold on. How many languages does UTF-8 support? It supports all languages and alphabets, including Asian languages and their character depth. It is widely supported and flexible. It is a widely supported and flexible character encoding. Okay, so then we are not doing UTF-16, we are doing UTF-8. Now let's take a look. How many bytes is it? Wasn't this variable length? Uh, Valid Unicode points using a variable width encoding of 1 to 4 1 byte code units. All right. Wait a second. How do we make that standard then? Yeah, how do we make that standard? If it's variable length, that can cause a confusion. I guess I'll find out later. Okay, so there's a UTF-8 JSON reader and writer. Provides a high performance API for forward only non-cached writing of UTF-8 encoded JSON text. Okay, let's take a look at UTF-8 encoding dot should be UTF-8, I think, dot get bytes. Okay, let's take this code here and comment all of this. Actually, we can comment everything here. Oh, you know what? We don't need to comment. We can just return back out. Right. Dot get bytes. What was the... Oh, there's an issue. Now there's no issue. Okay, so UTF-8 dot get bytes. That's a char. That's a string. Okay, so let's say ABC. We can store the thing into this. And then let's start by... There was a way to convert a byte. Okay, no, let's not do that. Let's just do this. Because then, like, what I wanted to do is, like, print out the numerical values, but then I would have to also do the zero padding and stuff like that, which at that point I'm better off. I'm sure there might be some method for that, but at that point I'm better off just, you know what, okay, we can write it. String s equals this, and then for what, int I in, no, what did I just say? Int I in. I'm confusing Python and C# again. Dude, you know, I got this random thought once I like came back to C# because for a while there I'd been mainly doing Python and Rust. I hadn't touched C# in like a couple of months, I would say. So I was like, when I came back to C#, just, you know, to start up this stuff again, I looked at the code and I was like, oh my God, dude, there's so much typing here. I feel like Python has made me lazy as hell because I look at Python syntax, right? And when I come back from doing a bunch of Python, when I come back to C#, I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, dude, there's so much typing. So much typing. Anyways, we are iterating over the entire array, so dot length I++. Okay, so here we do this. Um, what was I trying to do? Yeah, I was trying to do convert. So convert dot to string. Yeah, to string. And then I would also need to pad the thing. I want to convert the byte value to string. Okay, I also want to then pad the thing. So pad left, uh, total width 2, padding character 0. Oh, and then we also want a plus, right? So let's wrap this whole thing in here and then add a plus. Okay, so then we print out the length of the byte array and then also string. So let's run this and see if we get 12 bytes or like a shorter length. Give it a bit. In the meantime, we can look at something else, I guess. Yeah, I'll. Oh wait, never mind. I think it's gonna. Okay, so this is still UTF-8. However, okay, you know what I can do? I'm gonna open up CarMat and copy characters, copy Unicode characters. Uh, let's go down here and find characters that would have. Right, there it is. Oh, wait a second. I just remembered something. It's supposed to be from base something, right? I need to convert the thing from or to base, not from base, to base 16, just so it displays as hex. Yeah, I need to remember to do that. So let's copy this one character. Let's select the character and copy it and paste it here. All right, so that's one character. That should change the length as well, right? Yeah, we shouldn't have an issue there. There's a from base, right? To base 16. Okay, so let's see what shows up now. Okay, all right. Wait, that's interesting. So it's 3 bytes. Yeah, that's interesting. It's 3 bytes. The thing is, the Unicode point for the Unicode code point for this is 1E A6, which is here. But this one says E1 and then A6 here, and then there's also a BA. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but okay. All right. So now, would it be able to convert this data back? So let's try UTF-8 encoding dot UTF-8 dot get string. So let's, yeah, we just pass this in, right? There's no extra information that's needed. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's try to print out this. Okay, that's interesting. What if I specified a length? So let's start at index, what is it, 0, 1, 2. Oh no, we need to start at at index 0, right? So index 0 and then we stop. So we want to count 3. So start at index 0 and count 3. And let's see if it's able to like decode that at least. Okay. It's either not able to decode it or we actually have a problem. Okay, let's. Oh, okay. It's not able to print it here. That's the issue. That's okay. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So, okay, I know that it's doing the thing properly. That's what matters. So, like, even if we pass it, I guess it has its ways of determining what the I don't know how accurate the thing would be because like how is it determining how many bytes to read for each character? If each character can be anywhere between 1 and 4 bytes long, how does it determine? Let's look that up. How does UTF-8 or how do UTF-8 libraries know how many bytes to read? How can the reader know how many? Yep, okay, somebody asked this question. Great. How to know the number of characters in UTF-8 string? All right. UTF-8 was designed in such a way as to be unambiguous. Neither hex 48 or hex 65 or anything else under 80 are ever part of a multi-byte sequence. Okay. The most significant bits of the first byte of a UTF-8 encoded code point will tell you how many bytes are used for it. Oh, oh, hold on. Is that why this is 3 bytes? Okay, okay, you know what? I shouldn't be getting into. Wait, I'm glad I just caught myself. Yeah, I shouldn't be getting into this. It's enough to know that. No, I'm curious, dude. No. So the worst case scenario is you jump in mid string somewhere and see a byte whose most significant bits are 1 and 0. No, you know what? I'm gonna bring up the Stack Overflow answers here, so you guys can read it on stream as well. How does UTF-8 know how many characters to read? Right. So this is what I was reading on the other machine. Right. How can I know if it's one character represented by 48 and another character represented by 65, or it's one character represented by a combination of 2 bytes, 48 and 65? Detect so and so. How does so and so do it? Okay, we can open that up as well. Because the most significant bits in the first byte of a code point tell the UTF-8 decoder how many bytes make up a code point. Okay. Wait, that's interesting. So, wait, it says the most significant bits, right? Um, wait, does it have like a section here? Byte order mark, characteristics, compared to single byte encodings, other multi-byte encodings, implementation and adoption. Let's take a look at byte order mark. I think I'm already in that section. Give me a second. Okay. Um, oh, there it is. Prefix code. The first byte indicates the number of bytes in the sequence. Reading from a stream can instantaneously decode each individual fully received sequence without first having to wait for either the first byte of a next sequence or an end of stream indication. The length of multi-byte sequences is easily determined by humans, as it is simply the number of higher order ones in the leading byte. Okay, let's take a look at that. Right, so we have 3 bytes here. Okay, let's get rid of that. So we have 3 bytes here. Let's also print out for each byte. Let's print out the binary version of the byte. So what is it? 2 string. This has to be binary. So, okay. So we do that. And 2 base 2. And because it's binary and it's 8. Okay, so I need to pad it. So pad left 8 places. And we pad it with 0 character. Oh, you know what? Yeah, hold up. Yeah, I need to wrap this up in here. Oh, yeah, that's an issue. So let's do string temp. This thing goes in here. And then here we do this temp and then space. And then here we want to add temp as a variable. Okay. Right, what's the issue here? I think this. Okay, all right. That should do it. So now we can print out. It says the trailing number of ones. It's simply the number of higher order ones in the leading byte. Does that mean this? The number of leading ones in the higher order byte, which I'm assuming. Okay, I'm assuming the higher order byte is the first byte in the sequence. And it kind of lines up, right? The number of ones in here. So there's 3 ones, and that's how it knows it's supposed to read 3 bytes. Let's try something that would need 2 bytes. Let me just open up the char map again and go for a smaller list or a smaller thing. Wait, no, yeah, never mind. So here we can probably do this. Wait, that's not too, that's not, how does it know how many bytes it's no, wait, hold up. I'm confused. The code point is written as hex. Because the code point that I'm reading. Okay, let me just do something here. So I'm gonna pick a character. I'm gonna pick I don't know, let's pick this reversed 3. Right? I'm gonna paste this here. All right. Oh, there's all right, there's an issue. There is an issue. Index count must refer to a location within the buffer. Okay, dude, there's an issue. Wait, so the problem is still the problem is on line 35. Oh, the issue was with my code. Here's what we can do. Yeah, okay, never mind. Let's just whatever. Yeah, let's crash this and run it again. Yeah, the issue wasn't with the UTF-8 encoder. It was with my logic of decoding, because I was looking for 3 bytes, but then this didn't have 3 bytes. It only had... Wow, that is so many. Holy shit. That ran for a while. What? Okay, let's run that again. And in the meantime, yeah, let's take a look at what is a higher order byte. The high order byte would be the byte that contains the largest portion of the value. Oh, so the most significant byte. The low order byte would be the byte that contains the smallest portion of the value. So the least significant byte. Okay, so high order and low order is just another way of saying most significant and least significant. I'm assuming. I hope I got that right. And then in the high order byte, apparently there's going to be a number of ones, which since UTF-8 can have what, a maximum of four bytes, I think. Since it can have a max of 4 bytes, so we can assume that the first 4 bits in the byte are going to be, but this seems to be bit packed as well, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's been packed. So is A0 even part of the, let me read out the code point. Okay, so the code point is 04E0. Okay, so let's write this down somewhere. Wait, why is there a plus here? Oh, that was my cursor. Never mind. 04E0. That's our Unicode code point. Okay. 04 would be this, right? So yeah, it's 0, 1, 2. No, hold on. Wait. 0, 1, 2. Actually, no. 2, 3. That's not 4. That's 3. It's 4 if you count from 1, but I don't think they're counting from 1. Hold on. Okay, let's take a look at this. They might be explaining it here rather than me trying to like trace the whole thing back and figure the whole thing out. Uh, if encoding is UTF-8, the first character you see over 07F must be the start of a UTF-8 sequence. So test it for that. Okay, let's look at something else. Okay, first byte, second byte, third byte, fourth byte. The most significant bits of the first byte of a UTF-8 encoded code point will tell you how many bytes are used for it. Okay, let me open up the calculator and type in this binary. So what is it? Because I'm trying to get the code points. So it says D3A0. It's not D3. Okay, so I'm trying to determine, right? So it's not decimal, it's binary. Okay. 0, 0. Okay, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. What does that give us? Hex 13. That gives us hex 13. And then A0 would be 101, 000000. Wait, back up. What? 101, 0, 0000. That is A0. How is it encoding? I'm trying to understand how it's encoding the data. Because the way that it's encoding the data, basically the most significant byte, the most significant bytes, most significant bits tell you how many bytes there are. Meaning they are not part of the code point. Like when you are trying to decode the data, you're supposed to remember. You're not remember. You're supposed to remove the four most significant bits. However, you you would probably get something wrong if you removed the four most significant bits in this case, right? You would probably get something wrong here. So the way that it's set up is you read one and one, and the first time you read zero, you know that your count has stopped. Or if you're able to then read all the way up to one without hitting zero, then that's your count. Your count is four. Though this is just like I'm just like imagining that this is how it's done. Uh Hold on. How to know the number of characters in a UTF-8 string. UTF-8 characters are either single bytes where the leftmost bit is 0. They are either single bytes where the leftmost bit is 0. Okay. So if it's a single byte, let's say we're talking about ASCII. ASCII is going to stop at 127 bits. So that's half of the byte, right? No, is that half? I don't think that's half. That's not half. No. But it's not the whole byte, definitely. It's not the whole byte. Hold on. So let's say 1111. Oh, 127 is 7 bits. That's not half the byte, that's almost the full byte, but the last bit is 0. Okay. They can either be single bytes or multiple bytes where the first byte has the leftmost bit 1 dot dot 10, with the number of ones on the left side, with the number of ones on the left 2 or more. Oh, okay, yeah. If it's 2 bits, then that means there's 2 bytes, followed by successive bytes of the form 1 0, a single 1 on the left. Okay. Assuming that your string is well formed, you can loop over all the bytes and increment your character count every time you see a byte that is not of the form so and so. Okay. You know what? Now my curiosity is satisfied. I'm not going to go into decoding this because I feel like this is going to take up more time than I should be spending on fucking UTF-8. So I'm not going to do that. This is not going to be productive, so we're going to step away from this now. My curiosity is satisfied. I know that it's going to encode and decode properly. Right, so now what I need to do is make sure that the data that I'm hold on is what are C sharp strings by default? C sharp string UTF-8 or ASCII? Are C sharp strings UTF-8? C sharp 11 became available with so and so. No, that's not what I'm looking for. UTF-8 string literals. Okay. Well, this is for string literals, right? Um, how do I know whether a string is UTF-8 or ASCII? I mean, I'm sure TwitchLib is returning a UTF-8 string because, they have to handle multiple languages. Uh, C sharp, check if string, oh yeah, check string encoding. Determine a string's encoding in C sharp. The code below has the following features: detection or attempted detection of so and so UTFs. Falls back to the local length code. Okay, all right, fine. Oh God, there is so much going on here. So much more than what I'm willing to do. Is there a way to check the encoding of a C sharp string? Strings in C sharp don't have encoding effectively, or you can view them all as UTF-16, given that they're a sequence of char values, which are UTF-16 code units. Normally, however, you only need to care about encoding when you convert from a string to a binary form. Example, down a socket or to a file. At that point, you should specify the encoding explicitly. The string itself has no concept of this. The only aspect which defaults to UTF-8 is that there are plenty of .NET APIs which are overloaded to either accept an encoding or not. And if no encoding is specified, UTF-8 is used. Okay, let me just Google TwitchLib UTF-8. Russian text issues. Twitch server expects UTF-8, okay, but perhaps gets something else. Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's converting it to UTF-8 just so it can get multiple languages. Um, give me a second. I'm looking at the As a side note, I'll also apply a fix similar to your solution to fix reading Russian characters. I tested it and it seems to work on my end. Okay. Okay. I think it's doing UTF-8. Yeah. It's definitely not doing ASCII, because if it was doing ASCII, there was no way that, all the other languages would be included. So yeah, I'm going to assume it's doing UTF-8. Now what I need to do is make sure that I encode everything to UTF-8. So the JSON string, okay, yeah, JSON. Okay, so for the JSON string, JSON usually requires a class, doesn't it? So I would need to make like a test class kind of thing. I can make one here. Okay, so let's say class, some class, and we can have a public public string a equals that, and this has to be serializable. What was it? System.serializable. Uh, instructs that so and so. No, that's not okay. Never mind. Okay, JSON. I forgot what the thing was. Wait, let's add this thing here using system dot text.json. Yeah, it's text.json. And then, what is it? JSON. Uh, JSON what? I forgot. Serializer, there it is. JSON serializer dot serialize. Oh wait, we need an object, right? No, we can create an object right here itself. It just needs the object, and optionally we can give it the type as well. And then also, actually no, I don't think that's optional. Okay, so new some class a. I don't need to specify that. Okay, and then type of some class, and then we need JSON serializer option. Wait, what's the problem here? Top level statements must precede name. Top level statements must precede namespace and type declaration. Oh, is this the issue? Oh god, dude. Come on. Right, let's put this somewhere else. Let's put this here. Or let's put it here. This is more clean, right? No, this is not clean. Let's put it here. Let's make this public. All right, we're good now. Great. So let's create new JSON serializer options. We want to allow the fields. So we want to include the fields. All right, then we can write out, oh, string s is this. So then we print out s. We also want to print out the length of s. Okay, so we're going to have what? A curly bracket and then double quotes, a, close double quotes, then colon, and then the character. Okay, yeah, let's see how it handles this. Okay, that is how it handled that. Now what happens if I want to deserialize this? Also, there's an ad playing right now, so well, I'll take a hydration break. All right, welcome back. I'm just trying some stuff here. So we're gonna copy this and make 2 copies here. And then try running this again. All right, so those are the characters. Now, would it be valid? Because I don't think I've ever tried creating a string with like Unicode characters. Would it be valid for me to type something like this? 04E0. Oh, you know what? Let's do something that it can print. So for now, let's do Unicode, but ASCII. Was that calculator? That was calculator. Let's open up the char map. And here, I just want A. Right, so A is going to be 0061. 61 is the hex for the ASCII value. Or well, it's the hex for the decimal number representing the ASCII value. So 61. And let's try copying this. Now let's try printing. Actually, yeah, let's try printing out S01 and see what it prints. Right. I think this solves our problem because it is encoding the data into a Unicode literal, a Unicode string literal, and then that Unicode string literal is part of the JSON text, the JSON string, right? Let's just test something here. Okay, let's do public string b equals this, and we're gonna serialize this and then try and deserialize it into an object. So we do what, some class SO1, no, SCO1 equals JSON serializer. Wait, what did I just do? JSON serializer dot deserialize string. There it is. Wait, this is UTF-8 JSON. Reads the UTF-8 encoded text representing a single JSON value. UTF-8 encoded text. Oh, wait, that's a stream. Never mind. Okay, so this is supposed to be a string, and then we have metadata for the type info. Is that where we no, that's just supposed to be type. Why does that say JSON type info? Okay, let's check the other. Okay, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for string and then type and then serializer options. So we provide the string and then we do type of some class, and then we do JSON serializer options. Okay. Find it. What's wrong? Cannot implicitly. Oh, this returns an object. So we just typecast it. Oh, is the issue here the null thing? I think it's the null thing. Where are they expecting me to put it? Oh, is it here? That S could be null? No, string is not null. What's the issue? Converting null literal or possible null value to non-nullable type. Okay, so where are you expecting me to put the... Is it this? Or, oh, would this work? You're joking, dude. Right, whatever. Okay, so, dude, it's just, I don't use the non-nullable thing or the null, I forgot what this thing is called, null coalescing operator or something. It's basically supposed to like specify that this is a null. I don't think it's called null coalescing. Don't take my word for it. I need to read the docs again to like remember that thing. But basically, this allows you to specify that this type can be null. It's that way of specifying that yeah, the type can actually be null. SCO1. So the first character is not going to be readable. We want to read the second character. The second character, not the second character, the second field should be AAA. All right. So this works. So we know that this is actually, though I need to make sure that this is working as well. How do I make sure this is working? Because if I try to print this out, it's just gonna print question marks. Oh, let me look up VS Code terminal encoding. All right, somebody has this issue in Java, and they've mentioned it. The UTF-8 displayed in the lower right corner is the encoding. Is the encoding format of the current file, not the encoding format of the terminal. You should check the encoding by typing chcp in the terminal of VS Code. The encoding format of the terminal in VS Code may be different from the system's CMD and PowerShell encoding. Okay. Okay. Hold on just a second. run the result directly. It cannot display. So you need to use the chcp 65001 to change the current terminal encoding. What is chcp? Specifies a code page number. Displays or sets the active code page number. Okay. Right. So we type this. Okay. Let me open up command prompt and type chcp there. That says 437 as well. So that cannot run it. Let me just try this. Worst case scenario, it breaks the thing and then I have to open a new PowerShell terminal. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, there it is. It works. Though it said code page. If the thing is divided into multiple pages, does that mean that I would be limited in which characters I'm able to display? Like I would still be limited in which characters I'm able to display? Okay, that would require me diving into UTF-8 a lot more than I want to. However, this is telling me that yes, I'm able to okay, so this basically solves the entire issue then. Like I don't even need to worry about the byte size. No, not the byte size. The number of bytes because the entire JSON string text is it contains this, right? So wherever there's a string, which usually this issue is only ever going to be in somebody's name. That's I just thought about that as well. Usually this issue is only ever going to be in somebody's name, or if somebody tried to put Unicode characters for whatever reason as input text when they're redeeming some kind of like reward that takes in input text. If for whatever reason they enter enter Unicode characters, then that's going to be returned here. Wait, I wonder how. I need to test this out, dude. I need to test this out now. Hold up. So I'm gonna try and enter a Unicode character. I need to copy a Unicode character from somewhere. Hold on. Unicode char table. List of Unicode characters. Okay. And I'm just gonna start up my chat thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna run that and let it display the text because I want to see what the Unicode characters get displayed as. Okay, we have something here. Okay, so that's running. Let's drop it in there. Okay, cool, great. It displays Unicode characters. Right, so we won't really have any issues. Because the thing is going to get... Yeah, I'm wondering... Okay, let's go into this. On message received, this is the message. The message is supposed to be a string. The message is supposed to be a string. I'm assuming internally they are, I could just take a look at the code. Yeah, I could do that. I could just take a look at the code. I would need to dig into the IRC thing. I've looked into PubSub. I feel like I would have an easier time there. So let's try passing in the Unicode character. Oh God. Yeah, let's try passing the Unicode character in here and see. Okay. All right. What was I going to do? I was going to look into the PubSub code just to satisfy my own curiosity. Give me a second. Let me transition. What was it? Twitch lib, GitHub, PubSub. Okay. All right. In here, we had, was it just in PubSub? I think it was just, maybe it was just in PubSub, right? Yeah, I think it was mainly in PubSub. So in here, oh, you know what I could do? I could look for UTF-8. There's no UTF-8 here. Okay. Let's look for user input. Or is it user underscore input? Did I spell input wrong? Oh yeah, there's, okay, so, no, that's user ID. Input is not mentioned anywhere here. Is it called something else? Because like we are able to subscribe to, wait, hold on. This is probably passing in an object of some sort. Wait, what is this doing? This is parsing a message that has been received. Okay. The message that was received is, let's say, a message, not user moderation, not automod, not subscribe to events, whisper, so-and-so, so-and-so. Channel bits events, no. Channel bits events 2, no. Was that 2? 2, no. Extension, no. Then there's community points channel, and then channel points channel. I think this might be the one. Yeah, I think this might be the one. So we have channel points dot data as reward redeemed. All right. Wait a minute. So on so and so redeemed, and then it passes this thing in. So if I take a look at Well, this doesn't have its own implementation. We are supposed to hook into this because this then gets fired, right? And then when it gets fired, we pass in this, and then here's the data. Redeem args, channel ID, and so on. So, okay, so I need to find this. Okay, how do we find this? Let's look under responses, I guess. Or redemption, okay. Reward and redemption. Oh god, there's reward, redemption, and reward redeem. Great. Awesome. Then there's channel. Okay, no, this, so we don't need to worry about this. Yeah, we don't need to worry about it. Maybe we need to look into this. Okay, and then redemption. So redemption contains more data. So we need to look at redemption. This is reward. This is redemption. So in redemption, we have user input. User input is just a string. Now, what I'm wondering is, how does it know? Yeah, what I'm wondering is, how does it know that it's supposed to be looking for a UTF-8 string? Like, where exactly is that parsing happening? I'm trying to find that out. Okay, so here we have jobject.parse parse message. Okay, so I'm wondering if I'm wondering if I'm wondering what kind of message is Twitch sending? Like the Twitch API sending? Like does that message contain the Unicode string literal, or does it contain those characters? Because if it contains those characters, oh, you know what? I could test that out here. Hold on. So let's close this. Oh, actually, I didn't need to crash it. But anyways, let's go back here and do this whole thing again. And all I'm trying to do... Oh, wait a second. Wait, yeah, I need the JSON string. I need the JSON string so that I can copy that and then have it deserialize that. Okay, I'm not sure why this is taking a bit, but give it a couple seconds, I guess. All right, there is our string. So we're going to copy this and bring it here. Set x. Oh God. I think this should do it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to escape. Okay, okay. Wait. How do we do this? So we do that, right? And then do that, and do that, and do that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and now we should be good. I think so. I think we are good. I'm Yeah, I think we're good. So let's see if this DC. Oh wait, that's not. Yeah, I was. The whole idea with this JSON string was I needed to add in my own data. Though good to know that this thing works. Whatever I just did, it works. Okay, so let's add in these characters because this is going to tell me that if this is the data that gets received, all right, okay, yeah, it works. It works. If I add just for the sake of, testing. Yep, it works. So if the data being received is already, as the Unicode characters, then when it's being parsed here, it gets parsed properly. And whatever other like special circumstances where they would need to convert it to where they would need to do UTF-8 decoding. I think they're handling those situations already. Okay, all right. So we do not need to worry about this. Yeah, we don't need to worry about this. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I can't say for sure if the response that they're sending back contains the Unicode literals or if it contains the Unicode characters themselves. That would be interesting to find out though. Maybe some other time. For the time being, I think we are good. I think we should be good with like multi-language stuff. We should be fine. Uh so what more do I have to do? So I need to before looking into the networking stuff more, which I mean I'm good on the networking end. I need to create the fields here and then in chat system and also in reward system because like channel point redeem message is for reward system and chat message is for chat system. So in each of these systems, in the on message received events or whatever reward systems on message received events uh, thing is called. Oh, it's on channel point reward redeem. So in each of these functions here, I would need to make it so each time something is received, it pulls the relevant data and populates an object with that data, and then calls calls one of these messages, either send chat message or send this long whatever thing, and then it passes the relevant object to it, and then in here I need to create a JSON string and then create a byte array out of that and then populate the buffer. First zero out the buffer, then populate the buffer, then reinitialize the array segment, and the array segment is what's gonna the array segment is gonna know exactly how much of the byte array it's supposed to read. The buffer is 65K or 64K in size, but we're not going to read all 64K. We're only going to read how big the string is. I can read the size of the, either the size of the string or the size of the byte array that it gets converted to. I can read either of those. And yeah, we should be good then. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna need to convert the JSON string to UTF-8. I think I can just use ASCII encoding to get the bytes, because it can fit in, like, those characters. If the JSON string, or if the JSON serializer is converting it to code points or converting it to Unicode literals, I don't think I need to use UTF-8 encoding then. Granted, that'll make the string a little longer than it's supposed to be, but I don't think it's going to be so long that it would be a big headache. It's mainly only going to be when there's, different language characters being used, which usually doesn't happen in my case. Okay, yeah, uh, that's. I think that's going to be it for today's stream. Do stick around. I'm going to be rating Little Witch Oz. Oz is cool, people. Oz is a friend. She's currently doing something. I'm not sure. Let me check. She's currently doing stream overlay edits and probably some gaming. Right. So we are going to go raid Oz. All right, that's going to be it for today's stream. I'll try to stream again tomorrow. Probably going to do another mute stream and then also a talking stream. I don't know. I'm really enjoying doing both the mute streams and the talking streams. It kind of works out well. It works well for my, like, with whatever, like, my setup is, whatever my situation currently is. Doing both a mute stream separately and then a talking stream separately when I get a chance, that kind of works out well for me. I like doing that. Anyways, I'm going to carry on working on this. Hopefully by tomorrow this should be done, because there isn't like a whole lot more remaining other than just the fields that I need. And then we should be able to send this data over to the VTubing app and do something with it. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.